I'm Dr. Yende. Cannabis is one of the most widely used psychoactive substances on Earth. Millions use it to relax. Some use it to sleep, some to ease anxiety, others for pain, and many simply use it recreationally. Yet despite its popularity, most people don't really understand what cannabis does inside the brain. Why does food taste so amazing? Why does time seem to slow down? Why do some people feel calm while others get anxious? And why can the same plant produce wildly different experiences in different people? Today we'll explore the neuroscience behind cannabis, THC, CBD, memory, appetite, stress, and the remarkable biological system that existed long before humans discovered marijuana. The first thing many don't realize is that your brain already has its own cannabis-like system. Scientists call it the endocannabinoid system. It's present whether you've ever tried cannabis or not, and it evolved millions of years before humans. Its job is simple: keep things in balance. Think of it as the brain's internal thermostat. When one neural circuit becomes too active, the endocannabinoid system helps calm it down. When a circuit needs flexibility, it fine-tunes communication between neurons. It's one of the most widespread regulatory systems in the nervous system. Inside the brain are CB1 receptors, and they're everywhere: the cortex, the hippocampus, the hypothalamus, the cerebellum. Memory centers, emotion centers, movement centers, reward centers. Your body also makes its own compounds that interact with these receptors. One of them has a beautiful name: anandamide, from the Sanskrit ananda, meaning bliss. Scientists sometimes call it the body's natural bliss molecule. Under normal conditions, these natural cannabinoids are released in very specific, tightly controlled situations. A little here, a little there, a precise message. Cannabis changes that. When THC enters the bloodstream and reaches the brain, it doesn't politely tweak a few receptors. It floods the system. CB1 receptors across huge regions of the brain become activated at once. Instead of adjusting one conversation between two neurons, THC alters thousands of conversations simultaneously. That's why being high feels so strange. Perception shifts, attention shifts, emotional processing changes, sensory experiences are amplified, and even your sense of time is altered. Many users report that 5 minutes can feel like 20, or 20 can stretch into an hour. Scientists don't fully understand why, but cannabis seems to affect the brain's internal timing mechanisms, distorting how time passes, a hallmark of the cannabis experience. Memory is especially interesting. Research consistently shows that acute intoxication impairs certain forms of short-term memory. People may struggle to hold on to new information, forget details of recent conversations, or lose track of what they meant to do moments earlier. This doesn't necessarily mean long-term brain damage. It means that while intoxicated, encoding and retrieval become less efficient. The brain is processing information differently. Then there are the munchies. Why does food suddenly become irresistible? Why can someone eat a full meal, consume cannabis, and then want pizza, ice cream, cookies, and chips? The answer lies deep in the hypothalamus, which controls energy balance and feeding behavior. Cannabis activates pathways that are normally involved in hunger and fasting. In a way, THC tricks parts of the brain into thinking food is needed even when energy stores are fine. Cannabis also increases the reward value of food. Sweets taste sweeter, pleasant foods feel more rewarding, and the brain's motivation systems become more interested in getting calories. More hunger plus greater reward equals the perfect biological storm, the munchies. But cannabis isn't just THC. There's another major compound, CBD, cannabidiol. Unlike THC, CBD isn't intoxicating. It doesn't produce the classic high. Yet researchers are actively studying its potential effects on anxiety, inflammation, epilepsy, pain, and other conditions. It's fascinating how CBD and THC can behave so differently, even though they come from the same plant. Anxiety is one of the most misunderstood effects. Some people use cannabis because it helps them relax. Others, taking the same product, become very anxious. Why? Factors include dose, genetics, brain chemistry, past experiences, and individual sensitivity. The same compound that calms one person's nervous system can overstimulate someone else's emotional circuits. That's why there's no single cannabis experience. Every brain responds uniquely. Perhaps the most important lesson from modern cannabis science is that this plant,